Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 Fast Tracks, where we take a map, we do the things, we build the stuff, and at the end of the video, we have a whole bunch of working things, and it's awesome. Of course, we do this, we're going to go to a free game here, and today's code is going to be A8B. That'll be a capital A with an 8 and then a small b. Of course, the settings are just like the last video. We're not doing any hills. Of course, to do this all in one video, you gotta work a little bit around a few things. So we only have a few hills. So you can see them here in the middle of the map. That's probably going to hurt me somehow. We got right in the middle for mainland. No forest again. I'm not worried so much about the decoration as we are getting to make monies. We're about making that dollar bills, right? And the island, we've got just up a tick for tropical look today. And up here, we are going with the small map size, but medium industry, so as we can get enough industry around that we can try and make something work. I am going to go to the next. We're starting in the year 1900, leaving it easy, just so as, again, I'm not totally pulling my hair out. I have all the achievements, so, I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. With that, the only custom settings is we got tropical. We got American names. Difficulty is easy. The vehicles are American. The environment is dry. Now, I am using the Know Your End mod that's provided by Urban Games, but in this particular case, it doesn't really matter. We only do about 15, 20 years anyway, and so I don't do a lot of vehicle changing anyway. So if you wanted to do this particular function for the achievements, you could probably do so. With that, we'll go back and we'll get started into the game, and I will see you in there because, of course, the load screen takes a little time. All right, we are in like Flynn, and we've paused the game. January 1st, 1900. Let's make things happen. Right on. Let's have a look at our layout. That's what we always do, right? We have a look at the layout. We got our 3 towns. We got Cambridge. They want the parcels. The goods and the brick. Hey, brick, I can work with you. Of course, Birmingham. What do they want? Oh, they want the food and the fuel. Oh, we're definitely talking to Birmingham. That's going to happen. What does Fort Worth want? They want the tools and the gears. Oh, Fort Worth. I don't know. We'll talk. Okay, so that's what we got. We got our 3 towns. We got to see if we can work with this stuff. Rules go. First things first. In Transport Fever 1, for those who's watching the first time, in Transport Fever 1, and really in Train Fever, since Transport Fever 1 kind of evolved from that, trains were the thing, right? I mean, yes, in Transport Fever, you had trucks, you had planes, you had boats. But really, you could pull off trains and just about anything in Transport Fever and make money. In Transport Fever 2, don't count on it, okay? Don't try and dive into trains right away and then watch all your profits just poof and disappear. Trains take distance and money to do anything in TF2. So with that, let's now have a look at what we got. I have no idea. So, in this particular case, okay, so Birmingham, since this is our best town to start looking at, let's actually look at it. We got the food line, and sure enough, we got a farm that's way out here. The processing plant is way over here, and then the town is here. This is a good line, right? Because we're going to pick up at the farm. We're going to make money all the way to this processing center, and then we're going to make a little bit of money going into town before we drop off. This is a good line. This is what we want to work with. What do we got for... let's see. Oh, I don't want to look forward. Where do we got for this stone? Okay, so the stone is up here. Really? Is that my only stone? Yeah, I think so. Okay, well, that's what I got to work with. So there's the stone. There is the brick. There's the town. It's not a great line. Yes, we'll get money from this line, but it isn't as good. Had that stone been on the opposite side, like down here in the lower left corner, that would have been great, because then we could have brought that stone right past the town, turned it into brick, dropped the brick back off on our way back down. In this case, though, it's a 1-2 shot. The only thing that's going to save us on this line is that the stone is far from the brick, and the brick is right beside the town. Okay, that is probably the only thing that's going to save this line. So we're going to make that line work for them. Fort Worth, okay, yeah, okay, your tools and your gears, I'll deal with you. Again, the only thing that's going to save Fort Worth is that the tools factory is literally outside of town. So what we're going to do is we're going to find this wood and we're going to drag it. I would say, from a wood perspective, I mean, this is something you would do a train down here in the lower left if I was doing a train run. But we're not going to be using trains right away. We're going to get to trains a little later. So in this particular case, this wood right here is probably my best shot. And then we're going to drag that wood up here to this sawmill. And then drag it over here to the factory, and then drop it off in town, and then circle back around. Again, it's not a great setup, but it kind of has a little potential, so we're going to make that work. All right, let's do one line. I'll do the Fort Worth and Cambridge offline, as always, and then I bring you back, and we crank these lines up, and then we'll see how it goes. So the food line. It's a food line. We got line with food. We want buildings in the truck station. No, we only need one platform, but 20 meters. Now, why are we going with 20 meters? Would you ask? Well, that's because trucks are, I mean, this is all going to be a little slow. And if your platform can only hold so much material, once the platform is holding too much material, it will actually start stuff on the platform will start to disappear. So let's say you had 100 food on a platform, and you're waiting for trucks to come along and pick that up. You wouldn't want any of that to start disappearing, and then those trucks lose money, right? So that is why we're kind of stretching this out a little bit. We want to make as much money as possible. So farm first. Let's do the farm first. This is the farm. We are up here at the farm. I'm actually going to cut a couple roads off here because I don't want certain towns doing certain things with certain stuff. So we're going to definitely do that. I actually want to bring this closer to the farm because we want to be hauling this as far as we can. This first load, you want to make the long load, right? Because it's the raw material and the trucks will be full. So in this case, we're going to put that right there. Now, when it comes to this second part, I would usually say this is the one you want closer to town, but this is already pretty close to town, and I actually want to drag out that wheat, the wheat from the farm as long as I can. Like that's the thing I'm doing. So I am actually going to drag. I would usually put this more down towards the town, but I'm going to drag out that wheat line as long as I can to try and make as much money as I can from it. So we're going to put that there, and then of course we are going to put in. Where do they want the bread? Oh, really, they want it that part of town, huh? It just had to be that part of town. It just did. Yeah, they were like, yeah, we want it here. Why there? Like, like really. All right. Well, it is what it is, right? We don't get to set up the towns initially, so we got to work with what they got. How are we going to handle that? You know what? We're going to put in our streets. That's what we're going to do. Because anybody that watched my last video, of course, knows that. Hey, we're going to put in some upgraded road. Because that's a thing we do. And if I think I can make these guys get around here a little bit faster, I am definitely doing that. All right. Yep. You can just keep right on going. And again, just like I said last video, if this was a series, like a multi-part series type deal, yeah, I may not do this early, but it's not. I got to do this all in one video, so we got no time to be wasting on that. So we're gonna do that. And then we're going to bring this road right up to here and have it circle back around so they can get back around on that farm. Is what I want them to do. Thank you very much. All right, so now let's see what we can do about this bread, right? It's all about that bread. It's all about making that bread. So we're going to do that. And, of course, when they're coming down from the farm, I guess we should address that road too. I would kind of like them to have semi-avoid the town if I can. And again, this is a little bit wasteful, but I'm okay with that. Just to kind of have that come around there. What side of that do you want to do? Oh, will you do that connection right there? Sure, let's do that. All right, cool. So they should now come down here, go around the town and out to the farm, and then come back in, go, I'm hoping, down around this way, and then circle back around to go back out. Let's give them a line, because that's what we do here. Boom, line 1. That's right, we got the farm. Where's the farm at? It's way up here. There's the farm, and take that to the bakery. Boom. And then take that to town. Yes. And that is the bread line. That's right. That's our bread and butter line right there. The bread and butter line. So, of course, now we need some trucks, right? Because that's what we do. We make the trucks. We make the trucks and the things happen. Let's get this in here a little bit. The farm is up this way, so maybe we will have the trucks go up that way. What do I know? I'm a crazy person anyway. Let's yeah, do this over this way. Yeah, come on now. Let's make the thing happen. Boom. All right, it's probably not the cheapest truck stop I've ever put in, but we will do that. And, of course, we are going to buy some vehicles. There's our steam trucks. 25 is always better. And let's have a look at the line today. Today's line is brought to you by the letter L. Okay, and I'm thinking that's a 20 truck line, right? Yep. I would think so. I think that's 20 trucks right there. So we're going to buy 20 trucks. Okay. Excellent. And we're going to put those on line bread. Done, right? So with that, I will now go around and tweak up our other couple of lines. I will probably fast forward a little bit of this. But then probably bring you back to activate the lines, and then we're going to see if we make some money on them. So hang tight. Let's see what we can do. Okay, you're back, and I'm back, and we're back. Of course, what we've got going on now is we've got our 3 lines all set up. They're good to go. So up here in the upper left, of course, we had the food line, and I've put 20 trucks onto that line. And, of course, on the upper right, we now have the gear, or the tools line for the wrenches, and I've put 20 trucks on that line. And, of course, down here in the bottom, down here in Cambridge, of course, we've put in for the brick line, where we pick up the stone, drop it off to brick, and drop it into Cambridge. Now, with that, they too got 20 trucks. The rest of this, I have paid off the loan. So there was $6 million left. And, of course, what we do with the extra money, we pay it off, right? When you get money in Transport Fever or Transport Fever 2, it's always a loan. There is no free money. And you pay heavy in interest on that money. You should pay off your loan and forget about loans for the rest of the game as fast as you can. If you want, I don't get me wrong, loans are fine, but you pay heavy interest on those loans, and especially in the early game, loans hurt you so much. It's best to just ditch them. So I had 6 million. I spent $4 million to set this up. Right, I'm playing on easy mode, so I got a $10 million loan. I paid the rest of that loan off with the other 6 million. I've only got 4 million left. Let's see now if we make any money. So, of course, what we're going to do now is we're going to do the speed up montagey thing, and because we like to watch the cool trucks all fan out and do their thing on the lines, and when we do, we're going to make some money. I'm sure we're going to make some money. I may have to take a little money back out to add trucks. Of course, 20 is a guest start for the length of the lines, but this line's a little long. This line's fairly long. This line's a little shorter, so 20 might do it, but we're going to see how it goes. With that, let's get started. I'll hit the fast forward button, and you get to see the fast forward things, and hopefully we make money. Watch the bottom of the screen. All right, let's see how we did. So once again, we're making about 1.3 million a go, and so of course I've stopped time to 1902. After letting it run for a bit, I usually stop time at 1902 for a bit, and then we let it go again for a while. Of course, you'll notice there we make 1 million, then 1,000,005, then 1,265. It's working out to about 1.3 million every year, and that's pretty good. Let's have a look at them lines. Of course, the lines right now, they're running pretty good. We'll even start this up for a second. We'll let them do some monies. Of course, they're running pretty good. What's the big differences? I've added a lot more trucks. Each line now, as you can see here, like the yellow line has 52 trucks, the green line has 45, and the brick line has 26. So we started with 2020 and 10, I think it was, but now they're basically doubled. They're basically doubled in the number of trucks, and that has filled in the holes, and they are running pretty good. In fact, a few of the lines may actually be running over, but you know what? We have the material to move, so I'm okay with it. So we are on to the next phase. This is the next phase, of course, that we try to do. We've got our money rolling in, a nice little income. We've got the loans paid off. Definitely has to happen. And now we want to take care of our train line. Now, of course, some of you may be saying, oh, what happened to these towns? What happened to the towns? Of course, as I mentioned, I was going to break this road to keep the freight line separate. It really, and no, I didn't have to because the trucks aren't dumb. They would have performed fine. But the other thing is that first of all, poor old Cambridge down here isn't connected to any of these towns. They're not complaining. They're fine. They were never connected. And by separating Birmingham and Fort Worth, we want these people to travel by train, right? And none of this car business. If they're taking their own cars for different towns, I ain't going to make no money. So we breaking that. I don't care about your little warning symbol. Whoop-de-ding-doo. Because it's all about them monies. It's all about that money in my pocket, right? So our train line, let's get some set up. And of course, this is now where we actually want to do something about trains. 160. Yeah, no, we'll do the 240s. We'll do one TRAX for now. This is going to be a little tricky. This is a tricky spot right here. We got the brick. We got the brick going on. We got the depot going on. We got a lot of mess going on here. We got a big mess. Okay. Let's have a look out here. So Fort Worth. None of these are actually very pretty to work with in this particular map. But we're gonna make it happen. This is what we do. We make things happen. So first things first, we got to try and get this in here. That's for sure. Boom. It would be really nice if I could catch a little more of this town just kind of by default. It looks like that road depot is going to have to go, just like last time. Just like on the last map. Boom. Okay, that's cool. Sorry, road depot. One day I'll put you back for something else. Sure. Okay. Let's figure out that second train station. Yep. Okay. These are one track 240s. And look, I'm going to have to get rid of another road depot. What is it with my road depot placement and having to get rid of it later? Well, good thing we're making money, because yeah, I'd be a little upset with myself. Now this time we're getting a little lucky, aren't we? To be kind of catching some of this town. Of course, we're going to do the buses. I mean, don't be silly. Of course, we're going to do the bus thing, right? But of course, we want to do that. Boom. And now, of course, this up here, this is messy no matter what I do. You know what? I'm not big on your little sticky road here, so that can go. This road, we're going to have to swarm this around a little bit. That is for sure. And again, that's because, we're catching a lot of this town. That's really great. Boom. Okay. I can already see we're going to have to fix some of this road up. So I'll do that on camera. And then, of course, I'll do the track connections in speed cam. But there's no sense me even trying to do track connection here, because this road is a mess. This road is definitely a mess, and we're definitely going to have to fix that. So let's actually get the new road down before we take care of that. We're going to do a little quick turn here. Yep, and we're going to back this off right there. I know, guys, sorry. That's my bad. I know. There you go. And we're going to connect that road right onto there. And this is going to give me a little bit of room for the track to come swinging along. Swing. Bada, bada, bada. Swing. Right? Up here, of course, I'm not worried about the trains causing traffic problems. It's just I'm not going to have enough train traffic to really block this up. So let's not worry about that at the moment. The only thing I'd be more worried about is just this curvature on here kind of causing a mess, but I will assume that is not going to do that. As long as I can get a train track to run down here, through here, we're not using that road, so I'm not going to deal with that. Bye-bye. See you later. It's going to come over here. Again, are we even... Yeah, we're using that road, so we'll come through here behind this. Are we going to go behind that farm? I don't know. I don't know about that. We may have to take this road out here a little bit. That might be a thing, but we'll see in a second. Because we will want to make this turn. And then come down here. Looks like... we got to come way over here. So no, this is going to be the tricky part right in here, because we got to come right in there and then zipping right out the other end. No, you ain't building no weird road on me while I'm doing this. All right, so with that, let me get into the Speed Demon episode part of the program, and let's make this happen. Let's do a thing. Here we go. Okay, and that concludes the round the world track portion of the program. Of course, we now have our track in. It was a few little tricky spots, down here at the Brickyard. We had to squeeze that road in. Of course, this mountain here was going to give us a little bit of a hard time, so we got around that. And then, of course, up here we had to make the turn in and then the turn back out. Overall, I think we got it all pretty good. Okay, here. So, now let's get some trains on here, right? Because we want to make them passengers happy. We going to need a feeder line. Feed me line. We want to put this line out in the middle of nowhere because really, um, we're just feeding it. We're just feeding the train on. That's all we want to do. I think that's going to be okay. Yep, just looked like it was making a weird connection there, but so we want to double check that. We don't want any weird connections. Now, of course, the other thing we got to do is we got to set up our bus lines, right? Because we got to feed these trains. We don't want to just depend on the trains picking up a few passengers. We want all the passengers. So we're gonna make some bus lines. That's right. We're gonna boom. That's a thing there, right? Let's see. Where do you think we're going to have the second one? Do we catch the entire town down here? We probably do. So let's put it right there. That's one. Chances are I'm going to have to give these guys all new bus stations or garages. Here, of course, we have a bus line here in this part of town. And then, of course, we're going to have pick up. Oh, gee, they're really growing out here, aren't they? They're growing pretty fast. So I'm gonna say this part of town. And now over here in Fort Worth, of course, we want the train station to be one. And then, of course, we want the back of Fort Worth to be the other. So I guess it's going to be right around there. All right, excellent. Let's throw in some lines. Not that one, this one. There we go. New line, please. This will be for the train itself. So we will start here, and you will go to here, and then you will go to here. That's right. And this is train passenger clockwise. Now, obviously, I probably won't get enough time to put in a counterclockwise, and these towns probably wouldn't get nearly big enough. But if you were playing on a big map with multi-towns and the whole 9 yards, of course, you would probably want to do a clockwise and a counterclockwise. At least I spelled clockwise right on this video. So there's our train passenger clockwise. We need new lines for the towns. Fort Worth, let's do that. So we'll do the Fort bus. Add a station. We'll do there. We're going to do there. And this is going to be the Fort Worth bus. Right on. The Fort bus. And I'll even add the word line tonight just because that's where I'm going with it. Let's head on down here to the cam line. So we're going to add a new line, and we're going to have a bus station here and a bus station here. And dude, what kind of maneuver was that? Oh, okay, that's just the truck line. Okay, I was going to say, dude, what kind of crazy bus line did you just make up? Am I going to have to fix that? But that is the cam line. The cam bus line. Right on. Let's do that. And now for our third and final one. This is going to be the brim bus line. And of course, we're going to want a new line here. And from there to there. And then, of course, this is going to be the brim bus line. Brim bus line. There we go. Let's get some buses. Let's get some garages because you blew them all up, Max. You got to give these guys something. Yeah, I know you want me to make my headquarters and the stuff and the things, but I'm not too worried about my headquarters at the moment. Now, can I put this truck spot somewhere where maybe I don't try to blow it up one day? There we go. That's cool. So this is going to be the brim bus line. Let's buy 4 buses. 4 is probably good. I like to do 4 as a start on any kind of small line. That's the brim bus line. Boom. Up here in Fort Worth. Hey, I didn't destroy your garage. You're going to get 4 buses. Congratulations. 2, 3, 4. There we go. And, of course, you're going on the Fort Worth bus line. There you go. That actually is a pretty short line. I might only need like 3 buses. And that's okay. So we kind of put them on, and I add a few or take a few away. Here in Cambridge, of course, I destroyed your garage too because That's a thing I do. So let's get you a new garage and spin it around and try and put it somewheres where I'm not going to blow it up anytime soon. And of course, this is a bit risky because you never know if I'm going to want that oil for something. But we're going to stick it out here on this part of town, something like that. Looks good, and we'll give you 4 buses. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And off it goes, right? And this is going to be no, not the brick line. The CAN bus line. There we go. Awesome. Now, how about that train line? You know, that thing that we made. So we want 2 trains. Again, for those who didn't watch the first video, I usually buy 1 train less than I have towns that I'm connecting to. So in this case, I'm connected to 3 towns with this train. So I'm going to buy 2 trains, and this allows them to kind of build up a little extra passengers while doing that. This time, I'm going to actually go with 3 cars. We'll buy 2 trains. Looks like I 6, 5, 13. Yeah, I got just enough for 2 trains. Watch this. Boom. Buy 1, buy 2. Put that on the line. And we're not going to put the other one on the line until this one gets halfway around. So somewhere's around, well, sometime around Birmingham. All right, let's get this fired up. I don't think we're going to make any money to start, of course, until we get going. But we will fire this up. And train 1 is coming out. There we go. In fact, this is where we're going to switch into cockpit mode because anytime we spend money on buying a train, we try to at least take a little peek at it. And here, of course, is our train passenger clockwise. Yeah. Factory there not being used yet. TM soon. That's right. We're going to probably hook into some of this. The town is starting to grow. And into the station. Hey, we got 1 person already. That's awesome. So, zippy zippy. Sorry, Mr. Truck. I know I cut you off, but that's the way it is. You're just going to have to live with it. Look at all my trucks going. Yeah, all them little steam trucks, they just be bebopping along, aren't they? Yeah, of course they are. And as mentioned, though we have very few hills on this map, of course I had to avoid one. Well, yeah, because that's what I do. I have to avoid a hill somewhere. So, of course, we got the trucks now. These trucks, of course, are the, I would assume these are the farm trucks coming in up here. Yeah, that's right. The Birmingham people, they like their food up here. They like food. And how are we getting a 20 out of 60? That's right. Let's get out of here because we got another train to launch. We haven't got time to be watching that. Sorry for the big zoom out there. Okay, let's get you out onto the train passenger clockwise. There we go. Because, of course, we can't be having these guys too close up. All right, here we go. We're going to zoom back in here. Boom. All right, and, of course, we're going to take this ride around. Yeah, had to sneak along the water here. Yeah, it was a little bit iffy there for a few moments. There's a bear. All right. Bear hanging out on the beach, getting a tan, because that's what bears do. In some part of the world I'm not sure of. And here we go. What do we got here for passengers? And we got the full 60 and some left behind. So, of course, this is where I usually, will usually go ahead and I would actually upgrade these trains to hold 80. Now, I usually won't take a train past 4 cars. I would usually put another train on. But I don't think these towns are going to grow much bigger than the 80, just like on the last map, right? It's one of the things about working on smaller maps, the smaller town sizes. It's one of them things you kind of work for. So, of course, this is now coming on the backside of this big hill. Yeah, that's right. I didn't forget the big hill. And there is the train station. Awesome. We're going to zip out of this now. I'm going to zoom out. And, yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing we're watching. I mean, that's a shiny new train, isn't it? That's a good-looking train. All right, but I got things to do because, that's the thing we do. We got to let this bed in for a little bit. Let's bring up the lines. We want to see if these buses are even going to make money. Buses are all kind of hit and miss all the time. So we're going to see if they make a little money for us. And if they do, great. I will take the money. If not, then they are working as feeders for our train anyway. And we will see if we get a little money out of this. Here comes the montage speed up. Show me that money. That's right. I want to see them bucks. I want to see that money rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. We want to see the money. Oh, yeah. And we're doing 3 million, 3 to 3.5 a year is what we're doing. Let's switch to the lines tab. Of course, the buses are actually doing pretty good. I did cut two buses. I did cut a bus from each of the Cam and Fort lines. But they are now running just about packed all the time. The Brim always did really well, so I've left it alone. And, of course, we increased the car capacity from 3 to 4 on the trains once 120 was reached. And I must admit, I don't know if that was if I should have kept them at 3. Like I said, 3 to 4 cars on a passenger train is usually your limit. If you have to go 5 cars, especially, then you should consider another train of 3 cars. One, the speed is good, because the more cars you're hauling, the slower the train builds up speed. And of course, if you're hauling that many cars and you're overloading your stations, then you can probably do more. Now, with that, though, that's all right. We're doing 3.5. I'm good. So let's have a look at the big build for today. Dun, dun, dun. And of course, this is where we're going to look at the other part of transportation for the other goods. Now, we are looking at. We're looking at some rough one today because, of course, the gears for Fort Worth are way down here. The plastics needed for these boxes is way up here. Steel's needed all around. It's kind of quirky. The only one we kind of get a freebie on is the fuel, and even then, I could probably pull that off by truck, but we're trying to do a train thing here, right? This is the big train line part of the episode, and that's what we want to do. So I'm going to try and pull my hair out, because that's something I'm going to do. Here is the plan. We are going to use this steel mill, and this steel mill is going to produce steel for both the boxes and the gears. And we are going to push that around, right? So we're going to have a train pick up the ores, and we're going to have them drop them off here to steel. And then that train is going to drop a load off here at the gears. Then he's going to do the exact same thing again, and then drop a load off at the goods factory. All right. Now, to make a little money on this, of course, we've got to be pulling stuff back and forth all the time. So the coal, I think, we'll get from this side, but the ore, I'm going to try to get from this side. I don't know. Now, yes, I could try and pull this coal up here. Maybe even use this steel mill. I mean, we could try the double steel mill, but it's going to be crazy. But let's get into it. Obviously, time is ticking, and we got to do a thing. So first things first, we know that the finished good is here. So we might as well at least get the train in for that. Gonna try a little bit of a trick here with this one. There's no trucks or anything coming down here, so we're gonna pop some of this off. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, you gotta go. You gotta go, and you gotta go. You gotta go. All right, we're gonna try freight station, cargo station. We're going to do 2-track here. We're going to keep the 240. Yep, this is going to be a thing. We're going to try this right here. Something like that. Now, we want to customize this station. So we're going to configure this platform. Cargo platform for cargo, cargo building, small side building with street access. That's what we want. We want some street access because what we want to do is we want, and we just have to want something to make a connection, right? So on this side, we're gonna take this road and tie it right up to the building there. I think that's making a connection. Yes, I see little connectors. Boom. And I'm not even going to check it. Not yet. Not yet. We're going to hook up the other one first. And there's the little connectors. Boom. Now, do we get them? Yes, we get both of them. That's exactly what we want. We can use this platform for both of these things. Kind of hoping still to tie in a little fuel here somewhere. So I'm playing all the cards. I'm playing all the cards now. Yeah, and we're going to have to make some turns and twists and turns, but these are freight trains. Remember, we try not to run them as hard. Now, of course, we are going to do, we got to get some gears. We got some steel. It's going to be crazy. It's all going to be crazy. Now, we got no trucks running out here, so we are later. We're going to have no choice because doing all this stuff in the things, we won't be able to run the trains right in the towns all the time. But we don't need that at the moment. So we'll do, these are single track ones. Like so. Do I do these on the outside? I guess. Yeah, I guess we are going to do these on the outside. Somewhere around there. And it would be kind of nice if you guys just kind of lined up here a little bit. So let's give myself a little road access. A little bit of that road access stuff that everybody likes. Can I get a connection there? Yep, I can. I can even get a connection there if I try hard enough. That way we can force these connectors to work to our advantage. Let's see if we can't make that work. I'm just looking to try and see the curvature here. Yep, that looks pretty good. So we'll go with that. Now, all this, if we're going to drive up here to get this, so we're going to take possible oil up here to this refinery and bring it back as fuel and then deliver it to town. If we're going to try that maneuver, right? Of course, the other thing that we're trying to do here is we got to provide plastic to this guy. Gee, it's going to be tricky. It's all going to be so tricky. Okay. Do we go all the way up here for this coal? Right? Take coal up to this one, bring ore back to this one. It does mean I need this second ore to go up to that one and vice versa. Okay, so we know we need one of these coal going this way. And I am really trying all the stops here, right? Let's not kid ourselves. This is going to be a long shot of the long shots. I don't see any connectors there. That's a negative, Houston. There are no connections being held on that piece of property. we do not know why there are no connections, but you're not getting any. And I'm like, yeah, I know. What's up with that, Houston? Well, we aren't quite sure, and we'll get back to you momentarily. Yeah, we got at least one connection there. Okay, give me the station. And, yep, somewhere's around there. This is going to be the other one, I think, because the rest of that is just plain ugly, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of ugliness going on there. Ooh, let me tell you. Right. Try and work around this mess. And we're going to need some of this wood, too. Like, this doesn't just go away. We're also going to need some of this wood. So, yep, we're going to need a little bit of road action going on here. Like so. Boom. And then a little road action up here. Do I take this road action here already? Maybe. It'd be better if the station was up this way. I wouldn't have to try and make this turn so bad, but I don't know. Maybe we'll try to do a direct connection. You're going to give me a little bit of road? No. Can I have a little road connection this way? Sure, I can. Yup. Now can you connect me to the road? Sure you can. Boom. All right. Yeah, so we're going to pick up ore. Now this means I got to find ore and coal on the other side, going the other way. So this is going to be one of them. And I guess this coal is going to be the other. Woo! All right. Or we can take this coal, keep it on the inside so we don't have to do too many crisscrosses. But this is where the steel is. So going that way is kind of the goal, right? We're only coming in here. We're only coming in here for this iron. So let's clean that up. Yeah, I'm not really liking that road anyway. I wasn't really too interested in his road, you know. So yeah, this is gonna be intense. This is gonna be really intense because yeah, we've got to come up this way to make this work. Sure. We may have to do a little bit of road reconstruction. It's not the first time, though, we've had to do that. That's for sure. That is for sure. Yep, we're going to get a little bit of road connection there, so we'll take that. This, of course, has got to go up this way. But not. It doesn't have to be too sharp. Just sharp enough. Yeah. Something like that, maybe? Sure. Somewhere around there. This one, same deal. Kind of like that. Boom. This steel, bring it around. Yep. Do it like this. All right. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3 there, but these are coming back this way, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 there, and these two are going back that way. Then, of course, once we get the steel, this steel will come back to this location, and this steel will come over to this location. You will now need wood, and you will now need plastic. So, for the wood, guess what? Turns out we have wood line right there. We also have lumber right there. Do we got any lumber? Yes, we have lumber over here. Because I'd rather drag that lumber around, right? Make some money on it. So let's do that. Let's see. We're going to have this train line coming down here. So if we're going to swing in here for this lumber, it's probably going to look something like... And no, I'm not taking that lumber because we won't make no money on that lumber. Ugh. Blah, 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 blah. That's for sure. Now, so we're going to take this lumber. Boom. Let's make some money. Give me this. Zip that sucker around. Woo! Right on. We want to make some money on this lumber. This is what we got to do. Now, where are we going to get that lumber from? Well, we're going to get that lumber from as far away as I can get it. Which actually is kind of looking like this lumber, but this one's actually more in line to where the rail is going to be anyway. So we will take this one and hope that this factory can keep up with the demand. It should. It did on the last one. I'm always worried about a factory that has to double dish. So like, it's providing lumber. But again, if cases may be, it's easier for me to move this truck line up the road and take from that lumber than it is for me to try and get this train line to rinky-dink around a whole bunch of stuff. Now for the plastic. The plastic is way up here. We need oil. Somewhere over here would have been nice. That would have been the best oil. That, nope. No. No, sir. I don't see any oil over here at all. This is probably the closest to drag around. I guess is going to be the best. Yeah, but okay. Let's say we're dragging oil up here, but what am I going to drag back? I guess it's going to be this oil to this fuel station to then... it has to be this refinery, then back to this fuel station, then to pick up. So this is kind of, I'm using one oil train to do a double dip, right? I want the fuel train to provide the fuel for this town and to provide the plastic, which will eventually end up as parcels in this town. And this is going to be the big one, the big stuff, right? So. Yeah, right. We will need this to do a thing. Yeah, well, we need a lot of help with a lot of things here. Let's just get real. Okay. So get rid of that, and let's kind of. I'm gonna do that. Ooh. Let me tell you, I'm starting to panic already, wondering if we can pull this all off. Now, I might get all the rail laid in for this, but we may only start one of two of these lines up to get started. That way, I'm not trying to buy all the trains and then make a little money, and then we'll buy the missing trains. So we know we're going to need this. We're going to need this, and then I got to get over there, right? But we need to avoid this town, so I guess it's kind of going to be like that. We need this second oil, for sure. Yep. Yeah, we do. This is a thing. And we're going to line that up. Do I get any kind of road connectivity here at all? You know what? I am. Just not the way you thought I was going to get it, mister. Boom. That's what I thought. Okay. Something like that. Where's this coming from? It's got to go up to that plastic factory. So boy, oh boy, oh boy, we're gonna be coming really close to this beach. It's a thing, though. It's gonna be a thing. Okay. We of course need to come up here to the plastics factory. Yeah. Whatever road. That's what you thought. Yeah. Don't think that. Don't think it. Know it. All right. Road. Connection. Do it. Gonna give it to me? Yes. Yeah, well, put it in. All right, there you go. Okay. Train that. All right. Boom. Like so. Because we're gonna borrow some of this beach. Now, I may end up having to build a few bridges. I mean, because I am already going to be stretching my luck here to the limit. All right. So I am going to take this now offline because this will like literally this is like an hour and a half worth of build itself. And I'll bring you back once I've got it kind of all laid out to put the lines in. And when we put the lines in, you'll see how it all kind of comes together. So with that, I'm going to bring you back. All right, who's ready for the heartache? Because this is going to be intense. That's right. You could run a lot of separate lines here, and they would all make a little money. But we're trying to maximize the money, right, in one video. So we have to do this with one big line. We got kind of the central line, and then we've got some feeder lines come in and out of it as we go around. Now this line one, I'm not actually using this line. We're going to throw this away, but I've got it highlighted in yellow so as you can see the actual main feeder line that's going to handle all the traffic for this loop. Which of course encompasses this steel, these coal and oil processing refinery, this ore, gets this box factory, this fuel refinery factory, this wood refining, this oil is going to capture these gears, this steel, this oil, this coal, and this ore on this side, along with this wood to go with that wood, and this plastics up here, right? We're going to hope, so here is the plan. We hope to use one line for the oil. And what that oil will do is that oil is going to pick up here on the right, bring it all the way around, right? We're going on a little trip with it, and we're going to bring it all the way up here to the upper left and process it into the oil refinery. Then, taking that refined oil, we're going to use the same train to come down here to drop it off at the fuel refinery, where we will have trucks take it to town. Then we want that train, that same train is going to just come down the railroad a little bit, stop at this oil well, and take that oil all the way up around the right to the plastic factory and drop off. Then we'll make his way down and hit this oil and start the whole process again. One line, right? It's doing two separate things. Actually three, but that's okay. Okay. Here we go. Same thing with the steel line. All right. We're going to pick up coal and we're going to take it all the way up top to the steel mill. Then we're going to make a small jaunt out, pick up this ore, and take it all the way to this steel mill. Then we're going to pick up ore on this side and go all the way back to this steel mill. And then, of course, we're going to pick up coal over here and swing it back all the way to this steel mill. Now, what should be happening in between all that ore dropping off is these steel mills will be producing steel. And so the state cars we have on the back will have steel on them, which we will drop off at the box factory and the gear factory. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. So that's what that line is going to do. The easiest line here, all right, oh, okay, the next line and the easiest line is the wood line. So the wood is pretty straightforward. We're going to take this raw wood in the side, on the upper right. We're going to bring it down here to the lower left, and then we're going to drag that back down here to gears, drop it off, and say, Merry Christmas, we're done. Okay? Now, we got gears at the bottom. We need them at the top. We've got plastic at the top. We need it way over here on the bottom left. And then we've got these boxes that we need down here at the bottom. We're going to do that with a boxcar line. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a thing, okay? Because, again, those three goods are one of the three goods that actually run together in a boxcar. So let's get started, okay? And and this is a huge undertaking and is probably going to drag on a little long, so I will apologize now for this being a slightly longer video. But you can't have this much stuff and not about some of the complexity we're about to do here. And we're going to see how it goes. Oops. I need this. I need click on stations to add. Okay. So I really wish you didn't blare out the whole screen like that because I need to know where to start. So we want to start at this oil. Let's do the oil train first. And we want to start at this oil. Cool. And really hope that we got that right as the oil. We want to take that oil all the way around up to this processing center. Is this the processing center? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, leave the symbols up for me, would you? Because I really like to see that. Um, okay, well, all right, then don't. And then I need this refined oil to come down to this refinery. Cool, which is going to do that. And now I need this oil train, right, to now figure out that I need it to stop here. Okay. And then take that oil all the way up here to the plastics factory. And then he can go back to doing his routine, right? This is going to be the oil line. I mean that is what this is. This is the oil train. This is the train, the oil train line, because he's going to handle all the stops, right? Now I want to zoom in because what do you mean you cannot connect all the stations? Yeah, see, I want to zoom in here because this is going to take some wrangling. Okay, this is going to be a thing. I need you, sir, my fine sir, to, yeah, I actually want you on. Which platform do we want you on? No, that's fine. We need you to be on platform. Oh, right. Okay, let's see if I can't fix that. I probably can't. Not this way. Right. So the problem here is that, and I don't understand why they don't allow this. If the platform is on the opposite end of what you need on a 3-track, it can't figure it out. Why? Don't know. So we are going to have to fix this. This is definitely going to be a thing. No, just everybody chill out for a second. Everybody chill out. I'm going to let him have the middle platform. Yeah. Uh, yep. He's going to have the middle platform instead, which means if the train is coming up this way, and he needs to stop, he will need to do this little maneuver. But that means that signal has to go. Poof. Poof. And if so, then he needs to be able to, and I'm going to get rid of this one temporarily as well. But then he's got to get off of that track to get back over here, right? Because obviously we will not want him sticking around. We will want him to get back over onto his normal driving track as soon as possible. And of course, this is going to be where a bunch of these are going to hook in together. So we got to be careful here. Something like that. All right, this way he can get out of that center lane, right? If he's let me see. Yeah, if he's coming down this way, he'll pick up just fine. But if he's going up, he has to drive into the center lane and be able to get back over. That is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Okay, so let's bring up the line again. So now, my fine sir, I need you to do. No. I need you to do track 2. Oh, please, just do what I need you to do here. All right. Where's my number 2? My number 2 is up here. Right. I need you to pick up in that center track. That's all I need you to do. And I realize you're being awfully fussy. No. No. What are you doing? All right, let's go to number 2 because that seems to be where the problem is. Number 2. You're like all off on the wrong side of the track, my friend. You should be, well, yes, I like the platform you're on, but why did you not choose this side of the track? Did I miss a piece of track somewhere where you guys cannot figure this track out at all? Like at all, which is very possible, right? I may have to add some. I hate to call them the signal stations to make that work. I guess so. Let's see. We will do it this way. Yep. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Okay. If you were just going from there to here, do that for me. Can you get there? You're saying no. And why is that? You can get down here, but you're saying you can't get up there. And you're also saying we only have one station here. That's not true, my friend. You actually have... Oh. All right. Yeah, I know what the other problem is. So, because I didn't put the track in using configure, it cannot figure this part out. Yep, that's an actual thing. And it's good that you guys get to see this, because if you want track to be recognized by the station, it has to be done through the configure button. You just can't run track up the side and expect it to work. Yep. And these tracks, when you put them into a station, yeah, it does it in little tiny segments. So you got to delete all the segments. It's kind of like punishing you for this. There we go. Are we all happy now? Is that going to be a thing? Okay, good. Can we configure this station? Because it wants to charge you more. It wants to charge you $18,000 a piece for this. Oh, yeah. Yep. This is a thing that's happening now. Yeah, that was a thing that just happened. Yeah, because it wants to charge you more money for them pieces. So, sure. Oh, but now it will recognize a second station here, right? So we're going to be good. And I wouldn't be surprised if I got to do that a couple more times. Now, let's go back to that line 1. How about, really, you're still giving me a hard time on that. You should not be giving me a hard time on that. That's really not a thing. But you know what? I've got the solution for you, my friend. Watch this. You want to give me that hard of a time? I have got the solution for you. And we are going to remove this signal right there. Poof. And if you're really going to give me that hard of a time, I probably need to swing this one in this way. Like so. And then I need to ditch the signal that's here because it's a one-way signal. Yep. Let's go. You got to get out. You got to get out. Okay. What are you doing now? Oh, look. You work just fine now, don't you? Okay. That's okay. We're gonna run with it anyway. Let's go up to 2. 2. So we're gonna go here. Add a station. In fact, which way do you go all the way up here? Yep. It's always good to have a quick look just to make sure it didn't do any weird line thing anywheres. And it even stayed on the outside of this. I'm quite impressed actually that it did that. 2. So let's add a station. Actually, I need to know where the finished oil is. You're right. So this is where we want to add this station. We want to add it in here. And is it going to figure that out right? Probably not. Can you do 1? Yeah, do that one, because that's cool of you. Right. And then I need you to pick up this oil on your way back down. Can you do that for me? I'm pretty sure that's the oil that I need you to pick up. Yep. Can you do this for me? Cool. That's exactly what I want you to do. Sorta. No, that's fine. We're going to take that. I'm going to take that. All right, cool. And then, of course, I need you to take that oil all the way up here. Boom. Look at that. It figured it out. So, oil train line. Slightly confused, but it got it in the end. Okay. Now, let's do... let's do the wood line, because that was a little bit intense, right? New line. Click on station add. We want to take this raw wood, right? No, not you. You, mister. Right on. And we want to take that wood right up into that station right there. And then we want to drop that wood off. Where are we dropping it off at? Right here. Boom. And yes, you figured it out. Okay. How come... no, actually, you didn't figure it all out. Why is that? That's because you can't get back over onto that line. And that's because you should have been oh, that's because of this signal, I'll bet you. We need that signal to go. There we go. There it is. One-way signals. You got to watch out, especially when we're doing all this crisscrossing, because they will throw you off. And again, like I said, I was going to have to make a little tweaks on this on the way. So that is perfect. This is the I have gear wood line. No, that's not right. What are you doing, mister? Just a second. Just a second. Give me a truck. You're not doing gears. You're the wrench wood line. Oh my goodness. We've had you named wrong this whole time. I am so sorry. You are the wrench. WRENCH. Oh my goodness. There. You're the wrench wood line. And this is the gear. The train gear. No. Are we doing this by train or by gear? Wrench, wood line, oil. So this is the wood train line. Excellent. Do that as a thing. Excellent. So we now got the wood. Now it's time for the ore, right? Now this is the time. This one's going to be intense. This is an intense line for sure. Okay. We're going to start at this ore. I think it's probably the best one to start at. So we're going to start at this ore. And we're going to take that sucker all the way to this factory. Cool. Isn't that nifty? That is pretty nifty. Now, I need it to pick up this coal, right? Okay. Awesome. Now, if it got any steel on the way, right, it has to drop it off here, right? So if you got any steel, you have to drop it off here. Cool. Then I need you to drop that coal off that you have right here. Yep. That's the thing it's going to do. It's got to stop and drop the steel off and then make another stop right away to drop the ore off. Because now I need it to now pick up this coal on this side. Cool. And I need to take that coal all the way. Oh, just relax. Everybody just relax. We're not done. We're not done the connections yet. I need to bring that coal all the way up here. Right? Yes. Right. So far, so good. Now I need this. I need this to come back down. Okay, turn that back off for a second. So the first time it's picking up this ore, and if it has all the way up here, gets steel, and if it has steel, it drops it off here. Or it drops it off here. Right. Now, it's going to drop off. It's going to drop off that coal it picked up. Pick up steel. Pick up this coal, but now has to drop that steel off. Where's it dropping it off at? It has to drop it off at this factory. Okay, here's where we are. We're good. Right, we don't want that Birmingham transfer yet. We don't want you yet. We want you to drop off here first. Then you can drop off here next, right? Did we get, no, we didn't get this ore station, see? So we still have to get this ore station and bring it back down. So we still have to get this ore station. And now, all right. And like I said, this was going to be the hardest one to do because of so many different moving parts. So I pick up ore. I pick up ore, and I'm going to take that ore all the way to to the steel mill. The steel mill is going to pick up coal, drop its steel off here, drop its coal off here. It's going to pick up coal here because it also picked up steel here when it drops off. It will pick up there, and then it will have coal and steel on it. Picks up coal, has to drop off its steel over here. Pick up its ore, and then has to drop that ore off here. Right. So that's where we are. Drop your ore off there. You're good to go. Notice no red, right? Let's see if that line actually looks good in all the right spots. So believe it or not, that is working, and all my signal work is good. Yeah, that was a thing. I am a little concerned about this. It is not going to do the bypass line for that, is it not? This looks somewhat messy. I'm a little worried about that. I will come back to that in a minute. And I think that's because I've taken all the signals out of there, so now it really just doesn't want to do any bypassing on that line. But I'll look at that in a minute. Coming in here, yeah, it's gonna trade off on the way back for that. That's cool. I'm all right with that. Yep, it's gonna trade off there. Yep, that's cool. All right, let's move all the way up here. Yep. Yep, it's got to make a slight detour in here to drop steel off on the way up. Yep, that's what it's doing, but it's going to bypass that when it's doing the ore part of the run. Yeah, that's right. It was smart enough to do that. Yep, we're going to pick up this ore on the way down. Yep, okay. Sure thing. Looks good. It looks good. Only this down here, this oil, I'm going to look at that in a second and see if I can't convince it to please go around that stupid station. Okay, one more to go. So this is the steel line, the steel train line. Wow, it's going to be intense. It's going to be intense. I know I don't have enough money to buy all these trains. Not yet. Not yet. Now, I need a boxcar line. And this is the coolest line ever because it's really boxcar is profitable. And in this case, we're actually going to haul basically the three goods which the boxcars can haul, which is really awesome. I mean, this works out really good. I'm going to enjoy this one. So we want to pick up the plastic up here. And we need to deliver that plastic over here to where the boxes are made, right? So we're going to take that plastic to here. Now we're going to pick up the boxes, and we're going to drop the boxes off. And where are we going to drop the boxes off at? We're going to drop the boxes off at the gears, okay, which is cool. That's really cool, right? And then we're going to pick up the gears, right? And the gears are going to come back up here with the plastic, and they're going to get picked up by truck here. This is a really nifty little line. I really like this line. This is the boxcar line, train line, because that's all it's going to do. And I have no idea if any of this will work. Well, I have not tested. I did not go off and build this all once already or anything. This is literally being built on the fly because that's how we got to do this. That being said, I have built these kinds of complex lines in Transport Fever and Transport Fever 2 before, so we're gonna give this a shot because when you're playing hard mode and you need a train line to be profitable, right? You are looking for every advantage of picking up and dropping off at every long point you can. So this is not my first time of hunting through lines to find the most profitable routes on a thing. All right. So we have basically 4 train lines. And I'm kind of hoping we'll be able to see them in here. Nope. That's tram lines, road lines. No. Yeah, railroad lines, right? So we have our passenger line, but now we have these 4 train lines. We have the boxcar line, the oil train line. Let's do the wood train first because it's going to be the easy one, right? I'll tell you right now, it's the one that you kind of can't mess this up. We're going to need a train depot, and we're going to need it to just literally unload all these trains, and that's going to be intense. So we need a depot. And yeah, you're not even going to be able to get in there, dude. It'd be nice if we could have the train depot on this end. Yeah, that would be great. Let's have it right there. Let's do that. Because I think this line is a double line running onto a double line. That's great because then trains can pick the side they need. True, they can't go up in direction, but they can get out onto the line. And since all the lines, as far as I know, all the lines are going by here, right? All the trains coming on will at least be able to go on or on to whatever lines they need. So this is going to be. We want a train line. We want a train. We want this. Now, same as before, right? We're going to keep this nice and simple. 24, 36, 48, 60 wood. That's it. Nothing fancy. Do 60 wood. You know what? Just because I'm really worried about the money, we're going to do 48 wood. Life is good. Wood line for you, buddy. You are the wood line. Go find yourself. Okay. Cool. Now for that oil train. It's the next easiest because it's only got one set of cars. It's got a lot of stops, but only one car, right? And this line, we're going to buy the train, and then we're going to slam in 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because you got to have the capacity for 48 to 96. Let's try that to start. Now, there's not enough trains here. All this back and forth will be very costly, right? In fact, you know what? Let's do that slightly different. Yep. Goodbye. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to make 2 of these. We're going to buy 2 of those. Buy one, but then I'll buy a second one once I think it's halfway through its line. And then after I buy the second one, I'm going to upgrade both of them once we start making a little money. So we've bought one. You are the oil train line, my friend. Go do a thing. The boxcar line is the other easy line, believe it or not, because it's got 3 stops. It's pretty straightforward. And again, no, let's not get crazy now. And again, 1, 2, no, not the cheapy boxcars. We want the good boxcar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I'm pushing my luck with this. I don't think we're going to get 48 out of each of them factories yet. I think I got to upgrade the raw trains to deliver 96 capacity, so as when they get to like the 2-for-1 deals, they'll get reduced down to 48 capacity. So me giving this train 48 cars is probably overkill. But I'm going to do it, and it's probably going to need 2 of them maybe, depending on the rates. So we're going to buy that and put you on the boxcar line. Boxcar train line. Do a thing. Now for the big one. Now, we are going to need this. We're going to need that. Yup. We're going to need some gondolas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to buy 96 to go with our 48 sidecar, right? We are definitely going to need at least 3 of these because it's doing so much running back and forth. 9 fours are 36. I have 38 million. But we're not going to have 38 million because we're going to probably lose 10 million on the warm-up of these. So, yeah. I'm going to buy the one now, obviously, right? Kaboom, like so. And we're going to put that on the steel train line. But then again, I've got to buy at least. I got to have 4 of these. I don't think there's any way around it. Um, we're gonna start this up. Yep, yep. We're gonna do a thing. We are doing a thing. Let's bring this up here a little bit and stretch it out because we want to see the thing. Now, yeah, these are all 0. This isn't what we got. The only thing to do. First of all, we got to hook up the towns to go pick up the things, right? Because that's the next thing we got to do. Buildings, 120. Yeah. So this is going to pick up gears from this train. Yep, it is. And it's going to delete or boxes from that train. And it's going to take these boxes into town because that's the thing it's got to do, right? We want boxes delivered into town. Awesome. Like that. And of course, this is going to be a new line. So we will do that right now. Boom. And boom, right? And this is going to be the box, no, what do we want to call this? Goods? The goods truck line. The goods truck line. Sure. Now we only want to put like 1 or 2 trucks on there. And I'm just buying these en route so I don't forget them. I'm only going to put a couple of trucks on there just to get it kind of warmed up, right? You do that. Excellent. Now, the fuel is the next catcha of the day. It is going to have to happen by truck. And I don't, again, these little feeder lines, I do not expect to make money on them. It would be great if they did, but I do not expect it at all. There's a road there, but it's a terrible road, so I'm going to make my own. I mean, it is. It's not a very good road. So you know what? Sometimes you got to make your own. Sometimes you got to make your own road. I'm sure that's a commercial out there. I don't know what commercial it is. It sounds like a Chevy commercial, possibly a Ford, maybe a Ram. I don't know. It sounds like a truck commercial. You got to make your own roads. Yep. Sounds definitely like a truck commercial to me. Okay, so let's swing that in here. Yeah. Give our little 4-lane road up here a little perspective. It gets a little busy. Okay, so we want to drop off this fuel. Right about, I would say right about here somewhere. If we can, that would be great. Wow, you're really going to be fussy on this, aren't you? Okay, let's drop it off. Let's drop it off here. And of course we need this again to do a thing. And of course we want to kind of stretch out these bucks, right? We also need, to make sure it's getting processed. There we go. Do a thing. And we're now going to make that a line. This is going to go from here, doop, and into town, into this little line. And this is going to be the oil truck line. Oil truck line. Excellent. Do a thing. And you're going to get 2 trucks. Again, nothing fancy. But if it starts to pick up, you're a winner. Chicken dinner. I will buy more of you. All right. And you are going to be the oil truck line. You are awesome. Okay. And up here, we're going to have that boxcar dragging them gears up here. So that's awesome. But we need the gears now to get picked up. And because the platform's on the other side, I actually got to swing this road around the top half of this thing. So we are going to need to drag this road all the way up here. Yep. And we're going to sneak around the top end of you and then come around here like this so you can connect into that factory. And we also need this to be part of that train line. Yes. So, boom, boom, right on. It's not the factory I need. It's the train line I need to be active in this one. And in this case, that is perfect. And where are we send? We're going to send all them gears to this side of town, are we? Really? Well, you know what we're doing? We're giving you your own four-way street. Congratulations. Yeah, I know. Woo! Everybody's going to... Really? You built that house. You built that factory there on purpose, mister. You think I didn't know? You think I don't notice? You think I don't notice that? Yeah? Well, I got the answer for you, buddy. That's right, buddy. We're going to do that. And then we're going to make your friend hook up here. And we're going to make this one connect down here. This is just for looks. This one is. Yep. We're going to do that. And we're even going to upgrade this little piece of road right there to 4 lanes. That's right. And now we're going to take this this road here. Yep. We're going to scrim right by that house and then zoom right over there. There. Do that. That's a thing. That's a thing we just did. Now, give me the buildings. Yep. You're going to come in here and you're going to drop them gears off right here in Margaritaville. Really? You want to give me that much of a hard time? You know what? I'm going to force you to take that 4-lane road. I'm going to make you drop them off right there. That's right. Now, new line. Yipper. We want to go from here, and we want to go from here. Boom. That's right. You take my 4-lane road back. And of course, this is going to be the gear truck line. Gear truck line. Because that is a thing we're doing. Look at that. Let's throw 2 trucks on there just to get it warmed up. Boom. 1, 2. Now, you'll notice that I have run the date into 1915. That means we do have slightly better trucks available. I'm not worried about that for these lines. I am just warming these up with these lines, the gear truck line. As for our food and our tool and our little wrenches, our food, our wrench, and what is it down here? Our brick line, yeah, I'm definitely going to replace those and put a whole bunch of them new Benz trucks on there because we want to be moving more of that stuff. And those lines make us good bucks, good monies. We like the good monies that those lines are making us. Look at that wrench line, 500,000. You know, the bread line, 500,000. We want to make that money. So now, do you want to see the disaster unfold? Sure you do. It's what you came to watch this video for. So now let's start this up. We got a lot of trains that are going to come out of this depot and want to go different places. And I have no clue how that's going to go. We're not even going to put up the profit margin at the moment because it really isn't going to make much difference. How much did I break? Oh, there is so much broken. Let's, the bread line is very broken. That's not good. Why is it so broken? I put a nice bridge in for it. Why is it broken? It shouldn't be broken. It looks very... Oh no. Oh, yes, you sir, are very broken. We definitely need a road. Road, bridge, street. Yes. Big bridge coming up. My bad. That's my bad. 3, 4. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare give me that Miller collision stuff now. Because I broke a thing. And I got to fix a thing. And we're going to fix the thing. All right. Get this, you know what? Get this ugly road out of here. Yeah, and you can back up too. If I'm making a mess, I'm going to make a bigger mess. Let's make some mess. All right. And you know what? Maybe it's time we put in a nice road. Yeah, we're not doing that though. 3. Is that going to give me what? Whoa, well, we don't need 3. If we don't need 3, then we don't need 3. There, do that. There, look at that road. Like, you guys are going to love this road. It's like bread road. You know, it's a Copperhead road. All right, there's a road, right? Are you guys happy now? You betcha. Can we run this now? You betcha. Those trucks will have to figure their lives out. Okay, there goes this is our wood train. Yes, you Off you go, big guy. And he stopped here because this is one of his stops. He was like, yeah, I got to stop here. Like, holy smokes, I got things to do. No, you don't. This is the oil train. And he's gone. He's like, I got things to go. You know, like he's doing things. Okay, I seen a train in the background. I'm like, what train is that? That's a passenger train. Here comes the boxcar train. Woo! Yeah, look at him go. He's a man on a mission. Right on. And the big gun is about to come out. Oh yeah, we're gonna need a couple of those. We are about to lose so much money here at the start. A lot of this is gonna not be profitable for a bit. But yeah, look, I'm already lost like $500,000 just sitting in the garage, just trying to get out. Thanks. No problem, dude. Where are you going? You are going to Lower Cambridge. Where is that? Which one of these stops is that? All right, would you be so kind as to tell me which stop that is? Nope. Okay. Did you not want to tell me where Lower Cambridge is? Is this Lower Cambridge? No, it's Fort Worth. Fort Worth. Oh, okay. Where are you? Where was that? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's the Cambridge. Oh, okay. I should have been looking at the stops, I guess. That's right. Now you've got to stop here. You would drop off and pick up steel, but there is none here because you haven't done anything yet. Dude, keep going. Go do some things. Oh, that's the other thing we got to fix. We definitely got to fix this because this is going to get awful ugly really fast. Okay. I'll wait till he goes by because that's really, I mean, there isn't a lot of trains out here yet. So we'll let him go by. I'm assuming he's off to find a friend. Which friend is he going to find? He's going to go do coal first. Okay, cool. You know what? Let's stop there for a second because I do got to fix this. Look, just leave him alone for a minute. Okay, so our biggest problem here is they are not using this bypass line, and I really need them to. Like, if we look at this line, nobody using the bypass line, and lots of them should, right? If we go to trains, right? You know, the only train that should be stopping in here is the oil train line. Everybody else should not be stopping in here. Like, no, in fact, you know, nobody else should be stopping in here. So why is that? Good question. Let's, first of all, who is coming down here? The wood train should be on this outside line here. Is that how I want to make that work? I think so. Let me try an experiment here. I could break a lot of stuff here really fast. So we're going to try this. Yeah, this is a one-way signal, and we want it to go this way. Is that doing what I want? I think so. I think that's exactly what we want. We want everybody. Okay, yes, that is doing what I want. The problem is that the other trains cannot get switched over to the other line to bypass. So yes, that is what we want. We are going to delete you because, fine, sir, I do need to remove you. Cool. We're going to put you right back. Trust me. We just want to move you up so far that I can try to make this a cross track. So we're going to do that. Cool. Now I'm going to work something pretty ugly on a turn, but we are going to try our best to make this crisscross. And it will do it. It's going to do it. Do that. Now, on this side, I want, let's see. Yep. Okay, on this side, I need you to cross, I need you to crisscross back, if you'd be so kind. How are we doing for time? Oh, 45 minutes. Well, this is the big build segment. I mean, it's just like the last episode with the big build segment. This is always the intense part. So now I will need you to go back doing what you were doing. Right. That is exactly what I need you to do. Awesome. And yeah, that's perfect. That's awesome. That's exactly what we want. Whew. Good thing we got that worked out. Yeah, so we're going to lose a bunch of money here. We are definitely going to take some loss on some train lines, right? But that is not a surprise. I am going to let this run. I do need to keep an eye on this ore train and where he's going at any moment. Because I kind of need him to get halfway done, or we're never going to get any of this to work, right? It's just going to take way too long to move this kind of freight all the way around. So we need at least one more of him, and we're going to need at least one more of the oil lines to make this work, for sure. And the rest, I mean, it's all little. I mean, everything's always a little bit of guesswork, but we'll see how well we get anyway. The wood train's all happy. He's super happy. He's like, yeah, I got 5 wood, man. I'm awesome. I'm going to go get more wood. He's happy. He's got his one line. He's going to come up here. He's going to pick up a little wood. He's going to drive down. He's going to pick up a little lumber. He's going to drop it off. He's happy. And good for him. I'm glad he's happy. Meanwhile, this poor ore line. All right, so he got his ore, and he is on his way to the Birmingham Annex, which is way up here, right? No. This is where you need to go. Where I don't know where you're going. Oh, if you had steel on you, this is where you would drop it off. Right. So you're gonna make a quick pit stop here. I expect right up here. Yeah, the Birmingham Annex. But you don't have any steel, and they don't want your ore. So then you'll go. You better go up here, mister. All right. You just keep going. You just keep going. Okay, this is where we're going to take a little bit of the speed up montage because you will see nothing happening here for a while, and then I'm going to bring it back, and we'll have a look at it. Okay. We're back, and yes, things are making money. That's right, we like the money making. Now, again, 2 of these truck lines are not making money, but they're losing very little money. And that's because the goods boxes and the fuel isn't quite totally warmed up yet. They're still working on that. The only thing I've done is I bought 2 more steel trains and 1 more oil train. So we have 2 oil trains running now and 3 steel trains. All the same concept from before. So you'll notice these are all just 4-car oil trains, right? 2 of the 4-car oil trains, and the steel train is 8.4. Okay? Which this one is losing a little money at the moment. I don't know why, but I will have to look at it. But overall, I'm extremely happy, right? Now this happens on the odd occasion because the 2 trains are so far apart that sometimes they have to drop off, and then they swing back around into profit, and he makes a bunch of money. Hey, look, that oil truck line, see? All of a sudden it's making money because they just got a bunch of oil, right? And they're now going to run some money, right? And see, now the oil train line's starting to come back into profit. It will do all that. And these will actually get better over the next hour, right? But let's have a look at some of our crazy lines, because it's crazy. It really is crazy. It really is crazy. So of course we have the steel line. Now again, we are running a lot of back and forth here, and I knew we would run into a few problems with the back and forth. So let's have a look at one of those problems. Transport Fever 2 tries to take in a calculation where it thinks it tries to deliver as quickly as possible. So we want this steel to go all the way to the left to that box factory. But you'll notice it's trying to send some of this steel over here to the gear factory that's right next door. Okay? And that's because, of course, it's like, hey, guess what I can do? I can just send that down the road, right? And I'm like, no. I want you to send that all the way over here. I want you to, do a thing, right? So it will try and do that. You'll notice that the ore trains, I think this is one going by now. Nope, that is an oil train. Let's just go down here. We'll get one. They're running. Okay, this one's being very well behaved. Of course he is. Sometimes they don't drop off all their ore, so they'll be running with a mix, right? So he'll take his 96 ore and he's going to come here and he's going to drop that off or whatever. In fact, where are you going, my friend? You are going this way, which means you are going to make the long journey. You're going up north. Let's see if we can't find somebody who's a little closer. Okay, so this is a good example here. So he should have dropped off all of his coal and then picked up ore to come back down. But he didn't. He held on to 15 coal for no reason. Like none. Okay? And if we go up here to the factory, all right, all the way up here, they'll take the coal, right? Now, yes, they have more coal than ore, but that's just because the other train's bringing the ore up now. But they do that all the time. The oil trains are doing the same thing. The oil trains are picking up the refined oil, no problem. And then what they're doing is they're coming down here, but they're not dropping all the refined oil off to be turned into fuel. They're dropping off like half of it and then taking the other half with them. I don't know where they're taking it to. They're taking it off to Magic Land because there's no other refineries around. But yeah, if they would just drop off all the refined oil here and let this poor factory do its job, these trucks would take more of it because it's in the town. But it's a little bit quirky. I'm going to let it run a little bit longer, of course, because I'd like to try and work out this. Problem is, I have a bit of a toothache at the moment. Not quite sure what's going on there, and my jaw is kind of sore. So I'm gonna do this, but I will probably come back one more time for at least a short time, and then for the wrap up, and of course to talk about if there's going to be a file download or any of that stuff. With that, I will see you shortly. All right, for the final time, we're looking good. So let's have a look at now the steel trains are all in midsection, so their profits are going to be a little low at the moment. But that will actually come back up depending on where they are in the traffic. In fact, all the train lines do that, and that's just because of the length of the lines and how many trains I've got running on them. But overall, especially in these years here, once I had them all straightened out, they're running good now. So they were running okay here, but now they're running really good, and I'll show you the difference. So let's pause up here for a second. So the changes I made are first the oil line. The oil line had a problem with it, and though it would make money, it was going to be hard because one of these two oil wells, I was trying to send the oil well directly to the chemical plant, but it doesn't want raw oil; it wants refined oil. So what was happening, and I reported earlier, was that it always seemed like half of the refined oil was being held back by the train that was going. Well, that's where it was going. It was getting processed oil, but then only taking half of it here, and then the other half was going up there. And then it was always having to try and double pick up on double oil again to go nowhere. So this part of the route was non-profitable because it just was not hauling it anywhere. I corrected that I took this oil plant out of the equation and just said, okay, give me all the oil from this plant to this refinery to then go get fuel. then to this oil plant, to the refinery again, and then up to plastics. And so now it's doing a 6-stop double triangle, and it's working exactly like the way we want it. And of course, in that particular case, where is the oil train line? Now again, it's like it says 300,000. No, this will run between 3 and 5 million, except when the 3 trains are in a certain sequence, which is what they're in at the moment, right? The steel train is the same. It has 4 trains now. To clean it up, again, I took one of the steel lines out. It was working okay, but because steel requires 2 elements to work, it was taking too long for the trains with their running back and forth to do too much. So all we're doing now is we're taking both the iron ore and the coal here on the right, and we are delivering to the steel factory up here in the upper left. Then we're taking that steel, and the first time they drop off their coal and their ore, they take the steel down here to the box factory, and the second time they do it, so then they go pick up again, and they drop off here, and the second pass is when they'll drop off for the gear factory. So that's working really much better now, because now they're only focused on this one steel plant with these one ore plants. Now, to supplement it a little bit, I did add a truck line, because I didn't want this coal and this ore to be totally left out. And if something like with the spacing of the trains, sometimes this happens where there's no coal or there's no ore, depending on where the trains are in their rotation. So I had mentioned in the last video, actually, as well, how because a lot of products require 2-to-1 for processing, you may have to supplement you may have to supplement them with a smaller secondary line, and that's what this truck line is doing. It's grabbing a little coal and a little ore and putting it in the factory when the trains don't deliver enough, just so as the factory keeps running. So yes, right now it's a little coal shy, but I'm sure a train will be along here relatively soon. In fact, here comes one now, right? So this is a coal train that's carrying 96. It will drop off momentarily, and that will bump that up to 96. And then there's probably a coal train and an iron train right along here somewhere, which is probably going to bring the rest. So that is the 2 tweaks to the line. The boxcar train, I mean, it's doing $5 million, right? And all I've done is add a second train. I got 2 little trains, 2 little boxcar trains, and they just run up and down the line all day long, and they pick up their boxes from here, and then drop them off here and pick up gears, and then drop them off up here and pick up their plastic, and then start the whole process over again. And they're very happy with their $5 million. The one wood train is just bebopping along. It's he runs up here and he picks up his little load of wood, and then he comes down here. Now I do notice that he is running a little behind on wood now, and that's because I've now got 6 steel trains in the rotation. So the wood train was actually ahead for a long time, but I think now I've got to get him a second little train just to kind of supplement his wood hauling. And that's okay. Well, I mean, I might even just like give him 2 extra cars, and that might just do enough for him just to catch back up. But in both cases, it's probably going to do really well. So we're going to let this run here for a minute, and I'll even leave the lines up here, and you should see these numbers, the steel train and the oil train lines, go up here a little bit, and then I'll be. We'll watch these for a minute. Look at that. Look, 6 million, 5 million for that steel train line. 6 million. See, I told you it was going to happen. And of course, the oil train was up there for a second. It's now coming a little down, but it will go back up. Overall, we're making bucket loads of money. So with that, I'm Max. This is Fast TRAX, where we take an entire map from start to finish in one video. And if there's a download link in the description, you will be able to download this map. Not all maps are available for download, so some are, some aren't. And if they are down there, you might be able to get it. And good to go. With that, Max, Transport Fever 2, Fast TRAX, and the outro today is going to be 3-4 scenes of different vehicles driving around the city with the background music before the actual outro begins. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.